Salutations, Dr. Love, Kevlar Kess, Just Cruising, episode 15, 16, 17, 25?
16.
Nah, bro. Nah.
Isn't it?
25.
Oh, fuck off. Pardon my French.
I can swear, please. It's okay. We don't have kids watching. 15?
It's 16. But the thing with you is, yeah, you know what, whatever.
You sure it's 16?
Pretty sure it's 16. Want me to check? You know what it is. You're the one that edits the shit and puts it out. You just fucking with me, I know.
I'm winking at the camera like Bugs Bunny.
Are you sure?
I guess you realize that means war. That's the thing. Right. So today's conversation is random, is unwritten, unscripted, unedited, on anything. Today's gonna be a Q&A day, but also a rant.
Yeah.
You're laughing.
I could rant's necessary sometimes.
I'm gonna rant, man. I'm going to bitch rant. Oh God.
Good for you, man.
I'm gonna be a proper see you next Tuesday ranting day today. Today is like cancel this guy day. I'm telling you, on it today. Carb on it. I'm in that kind of mood. I might be smiling, but inside I'm like, Dante's Inferno. You know. It's all good.
Go ahead, man. I want to hear this rant.
Go ahead.
What you want to rant about?
You're like Boss Rhymes and Flip Star. Go ahead, boss.
Get it off your chest, man.
I can't get off my chest, man. We're going through what I call Jumanji-demic. There is no get it off your chest. It's not gonna happen. If I start now, it's like 7 seasons or 10 seasons or just like continuous season. Nah, we're good. The rant will come in time. Don't worry.
Okay, you don't want to start with a rant.
No. That's like, dude, that's le coup de grace. It can't be dropping it.
I said the coup de grace.
You know.
Nice turn of phrase.
I try. I read books. You know.
He reads books.
I read books.
He reads books.
I don't know, it's like that joke they say, if you want to hide your money from black people.
Yeah.
Hide it in books. The black folks don't read.
It's rough. Yeah. Alright, I've got some questions.
I have answers. That's horrible, man. Guess. How could you say that?
I've got a few questions.
Shoot.
I've stolen. Well, stolen. Appropriated. Borrowed.
Oh, because you're black.
Remixed.
Because I'm black, it's stolen.
I don't know what you're talking
You're
about.
crying, bro. You're crafting.
I don't know what you're talking about. These were appropriated from good leaders ask great questions.
Shoot.
Idea being, it's cool to have like a learning lunch where you hang out with someone and you kind of pick their brain. So here we go. What's the greatest lesson you've learned?
Life's a bitch.
No, you're just being a bitch today. Come on, man.
And then you die. Oh shit.
I didn't hear your real answer.
Okay. Ask me again. I'm not going to.
I swear to God, I'm gonna get out of this car. What is
He's gonna walk. There's a Chris walking on the side. Just turn it this way. Blah. Baby, turn around.
What is the greatest lesson you've learned?
In life?
Yeah, or one of them, if that's easier.
It depends. In relationships, in hustling, in business,
Okay,
in,
let's do
in
relationships.
working for.
Let's do relationships first.
In working for Safeway. Which one? My chest!
You're such an asshole.
You're welcome.
Let's start with relationships. What's the greatest lesson you learned in relationships?
Me, Tarzan. You, Jane.
I have to agree with that one, to be
That's
honest
it.
with you.
That's it.
Fucking hell. That's actually spot on.
I know! Like, the greatest thing I've learned in my life about relationships is this. Me, Tarzan. You, Jane. Done.
Okay, what's the greatest lesson you've learned in business?
Me, Tarzan! You, Jane!
Literally just looking at the camera now.
Oh, shucks. Yeah. That's it. Next one.
What are you learning now?
Bitches.
Excuse me? Did you say bitches?
Bitches.
Okay, could you elaborate on that one, please?
Bitches. I'm here. I have time for you.
Ask the fucking question.
That's the
I
answer.
fucking asked the question already.
Okay. A lot of people are bitches. That's it. I'm learning my life today.
A lot of people are bitches.
Yes.
Come on, you knew that already.
It hurts me even now.
You can't tell me you're learning it now. You've known that for a long time.
I've always known this. But every once in a while I have hope. I'm like, you know what? Humans would, at least there will be a change. There will be a difference in life. And every once in a while, you know what?
Get a bit of hope.
There will be a rose in a concrete jungle. You know, that kind of Joel wrote down something like that in the songs. You know, something like that. And then, bitches.
You get more evidence.
Of bitches. And it goes back to again. Me, Tarzan. You, Jane.
Do you think we need more Tarzans?
Damn right we need more Tarzans.
So what you're saying is...
What I'm saying is we need more Tarzans. Simple as that. Grunt. Just put your head down and get it done. Tarzan. Done. That's it. You wrestle the alligator. Just Tarzan that shit. What'd you get? Bitches.
Alright, next question. How has failure shaped your life?
Failure? That's a weird word.
Yeah, but you know what?
Failure?
You know what most people mean by that word. It might not mean the same thing to you.
It's a swear word, bro. Bro, just call me a cunt, man. Failure. Oof. Right. Okay. For me, or for the world?
I'm asking you the questions. How can I be asking you questions on behalf of the world? What the fuck? I'm asking you.
Today's just swearing session today.
Yeah, no, because you're just being difficult on purpose.
On purpose.
On purpose.
Like the great Mandela would say, I'm being difficult on purpose.
On purpose.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right, so failure for me has been I don't see or recognize failure, you know. That's crazy. You say failure. Right. How I see it is I keep going. Whatever is that's done, that happens, that keeps going on, I don't stop.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a perception of failure is giving up without
you might say that.
when you're not done. You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall, you get back up. You're gonna trip, you get back up. You're gonna slip, you get back up. So that's what happens to me is when I go through things and it just seems heavy, it seems heavy and it just gets worse. I treat it like I'm fighting 15 rounds, old school boxing match. Just slip, roll,
Keep
clinch,
fighting.
major, minor, hold it, keep fighting. If it's too heavy, I clinch, I talk shit in their ears. That's it. You ain't shit. Yeah, that's what I do. I get back on there and I laugh. I was like, if they hit me hard, I just go, that's nothing. And I keep going. So no matter how hard life throws things at me, I might be upset for like a microsecond.
Mm-hmm.
I laugh it off. I slip, roll, I bob, I counter, I give it right back. I give right back and then some. Right back and then some. And I'm always going. So I like putting pressure on things. So I'm trying to give an example. If I have a task that needs to be done in 5 days, I get it done today. I get it done today. If I have anything that needs to be done in 3 days, I get it done today. I do the most I can in a day. The rest will continue on the next day. But the most I can in a day, I try as much as I can to complete my task today. If it doesn't complete, I move on. But nonetheless, I don't quit. I don't give up. I don't stop. I keep pushing and pushing. I have that pressure thing about me is we keep moving. So when someone says failure, it is like quitting. It's like, I don't quit. I don't quit, so I don't see failure. I don't sit on the bench and go, no, ref, I'm done. No, I don't do that.
So the obstacles and setbacks that other people might consider failures, it's not that you don't experience those sort of hits in that fight. You just keep fighting regardless.
Regardless, keep going. Your life is a movie. Your life is a storybook. Your life is a book. Your life is a story. Everything you're going through is a story. So if you being the main character of your own story, right, of your own movie or your own book, if you had obstacles in chapter 20 of the book, you didn't quit. You don't quit. You keep going. Whatever obstacles there is, you find the answer. You find the rhythm. There's always a way. However stuck you may think you are, you're not stuck. There's always a way. Whatever it is, there's always a way. Sometimes because you're in the box, you don't see the solution. This is why it's a good thing to have a good team, because you can see things in your own way, and no matter what happens, you keep seeing that. And then you go to the people who you know, love, and trust, and then you say, "Here's what I'm going through." But it's your team. It's not some random person that you've never met before. Don't know your struggle. Someone on the interweb or the webinet that you say, "Oh, look, random Instagram guy, I'm going through this." Nah, who are you, bro? You understand? I do it that way because it's not delegating. It's just getting fresher eyes to see the problem. Because again, my biggest problem would not be your biggest problem. So because it's so big for me, I'm so invested in it, I can't see everything.
So interesting when you put it like that, because you just reminded me of a certain situation myself. Where it's like someone's talking about something, but it's something that I've already overcome. So even though I can see them talking about it, and you can see like their energy, their body language, and everything when they're talking about it, because it's so big for them.
It's so big for them.
For me, it's like, you're gonna be over that.
There you go.
I'm gonna support you with it too. You know, in 6 months' time, it'll be a different situation.
Exactly, because most likely, at the time you're going through that, it was heavy for you.
Yeah, it was.
But then you walked through that and you realize it's not as bad. And then you see others going through that, and you go, "Oh no, here's a solution." But I've also come to realize as well that some people, even though they need a solution for the problem, they just want to be heard out.
Yeah.
They just want to talk. So what I tend to do nowadays is I don't give people solutions to their problems. I question them. I question their abilities for them to be able to come up with a solution to their problem themselves,
and whether or not they want the solution to the problem, right?
Exactly, because my thing is I don't want you to think like me. I want you to think. And how do you get people to think? By asking the right questions. So I ask someone a question, I go, okay, because they say, "Oh, this is my issue, blah 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 blah." Now I know the solution, but what happens is if you have a problem and I just come out and say, "Here's the solution," it's like I'm talking at you. So I will never be able to connect with you, and we will never be able to see on the same ground. So what I do is I go, okay, so this is the problem. I know the solution, but then I'm gonna give you a solution in questions, which is I'm gonna ask you a question that sets you in the right path. Which is, so if you did it this way, what do you think would happen? Or would it be a good idea if you try it this way? What do you think about that? So I'm now directing you towards the answer to make you think about the answer yourself.
I like that. And they're more likely to take that solution because it looks as though they've come up with their own answers.
There you go.
Themselves.
There you go.
They've been guided,
coasted into it.
manipulated somewhat, but you know, just
my chest.
Just a slight bit, manipulation, but you know, for a positive purpose. That's quality. That's what coaches. That's what they teach coaches,
do.
right?
Yes, coaches teach
questions.
Teach you through questions.
Empower them.
Exactly. You need empowerment. You need self-confidence, the belief that you know that you can do it. Mm-hmm. Because most people know the answer.
Yeah.
But they don't have the self-belief that you know what, I am the answer. That's what it is. You are the answer.
You are the answer. It's all inside of you.
That's it. It's unfortunate, but we've been designed to the point of where if we want to get to know ourselves better, we have to go and talk to someone else.
This is another thing I was sharing with some friends today. Was, you know, there's one particular friend, and we sit and reason and we share things and talk about life and women and all kinds of stuff. And recently we haven't spoken that much, and it's one of those situations where this person's they can be a bit sometime-ish, like sometimes they're about and then sometimes they just disappear for ages. And I was journaling, I was at home this week, and I was just taking some notes down on a few things, and then I started kind of just reflecting on a few of my own thoughts, and I was like, you know what, this is actually a lot more powerful because I get the space to look at my own thoughts, to analyze shit and process certain things if they're difficult or whatever, and it doesn't require anyone else to be involved. You know what I'm saying? And so I've had much less contact with that person lately, and I realized how, on the one hand, it's useful to have people that can be sounding boards and whatever, but first and foremost, you need to be your own coach and your own kind of mirror to reflect in and shit, and there's ways you can do that.
That's true. Yeah, it's necessary. I use it. I put it in a different way sometimes. I go like, so I'm give an example. So say I go for a yoga class on Monday.
Yoga class?
I was just picturing an example.
That's right, I just can't imagine you in a yoga class. That's funny to me. Continue, please, with your example. Hypothetically, you're in a yoga class. No,
fuck it. Let's go. Yeah? I go Bikram yoga. Yeah.
Oh,
I said it. Yes, fam.
My
no,
guy.
Don't touch me. It's too late. It's too late now. You embarrassed me in public. Hey, Charlie.
Good for you, man. Go on.
So, listen, let me just cut one. I go to Bikram yoga. I go yoga class, right?
Right.
It's a quiet, gentle, calming, wonderful thing for everyone except me. Every position.
Bro, I went to Bikram yoga class.
I'm that guy.
Mess. I spent most of the class sitting in the back watching, bro. Too much. Decades of abuse.
Like, fuck! Legit. That's me, like a screaming zombie, like, And it's like, this guy. My shoulders are burning.
Plus it's hot as well, bro.
My legs are killing me.
It's a mess.
I can't tap out.
It's different because you're used to. The thing is, I think martial arts makes you strong in a certain way, but this is a different kind of pain. Like
the girl next to me looks like Dalsim in Street Fighter, legs bent this way. I'm like, bitch. I'm like, So yeah, I'm screaming, and you'll say, bitch.
Feeling weak.
Oh shit. And I'm like, mama ain't raised no fool. I ain't gonna quit. My feelings. And then, so I did it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm at home practicing the moves again. Like, yeah, because you know what? Next time is revenge. Next time, I'm going to go back to yoga. I'm going to win the class next time. So I'm competitive.
That sounds like the attitude.
Yeah. Because you know what?
I'm gonna win the class.
I'm gonna win the class. So next time I'm gonna stretch more. So next Monday I'm gonna go in there and bend even 1 inch better. Yeah. And then guess what? The next Monday I go back and I'm like, nothing changed. Bitch. And I can't stomach because I have to keep some modicum of dignity.
Good.
After screaming the whole time.
You were literally screaming. You were literally screaming.
I'm telling you, bro.
Oh my God. I thought you meant in your head.
No! Real life!
People don't scream in yoga classes.
Man like cats do.
That's ridiculous. Oh my God.
I thought you was gonna rant today, right?
That's fucking ridiculous.
You're graphic, bro.
He's fucking screaming in a yoga class. It's like the whole atmosphere is the opposite of that.
I'm telling you.
Fucking mad.
Look at this girl next to me, like just bending over, like she's made of wire and strings, and she's not a real boy. Bitch!
Yoga can be brutal for real.
Sexist, bro.
Humbling as fuck.
Yoga is sexist. I said it.
Yoga.
Fight me.
Sexist.
Yoga is sexist. I said it. It's very with the Q and the P hip. Nah, if you got Q hips, you can bend like whatever. Like, I can't even cross my legs. Too much muscle.
Me neither. Not properly, like.
Say properly.
Then you see people sitting in like them lotus positions and that, where they're like crossing their ankles over each other.
And you know what's crazy with yoga? Because basically they have like say 12 positions, and then you do it 3 sets. I did the first one. They're like, okay, cool. Now we'll do that again. Like, who? Yeah, who? Why more than 1 set? Why? Just why?
It feels like torture.
It is torture. It's like, now, Mr. Kess, you're going to give us the code, the password. We're going to put you in downward dog pose. No! Anything but downward dog pose. No! No! It's torture. Oh, bro. I'm telling you.
I actually started doing some yoga just at home on my own. This past week, funny you mentioned this, just a few minutes a day, and already I can feel like just better in my body. So I'm just gonna ease into it gradually, because I find when I go to the classes, you're there for like an hour and a half. Everyone's more advanced, and you're just like, oh mate. By the time they move into, they move into the next position, and you're still stuck in the last one that you couldn't do, and you're like, oh fuck.
Have you ever been stuck somewhere, and you have to call the instructor to come and uncuff you?
I've had the instructor come over and just be like, give me directions, like, yeah, no,
Bro, like,
no.
How did we get here?
Well,
like, please
untie you.
Remove my finger after that. I can't come back to humanity.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
I'm telling you, right? There are some things in my life you need a camera crew just to follow me. It's embarrassing.
I just think it's a really good balance though between that and, say you're doing a martial art or calisthenics or whatever. If you've got something like that to balance it out.
Bro, I'm Muslim. It's why I'm like, they're like, oh, Cass, you should do yoga in your gym. Fuck you! Shut up, fool! What you know about yoga? Get my face! PTSD.
How many classes did you do?
I get flashbacks.
How long ago is this?
Bro, I'm talking to you, man. I refuse to answer the question.
I'm talking to you.
Let's agree to disagree.
You said it's Q&A. What kind of fucking Q&A?
I've answered the Q.
I refuse.
I refuse. No comment.
I didn't even ask you about yoga. You started talking about fucking yoga.
I gave an example. I was trying to give an example.
You trying to heal some trauma. That's what you...
I told you today's rant day. Ranting. Leave me alone.
Good. How long ago?
A while, man. A while.
A while ago. Yeah, I know it wasn't that long ago. Okay.
Bitches. See? Bitches.
More bitches.
Bitches.
You did say they were bitches.
I tell you, a lot today. Just trying to run me over. Jump the queue.
What have you read that you think others should read? Is that the Darth Vader sound?
50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, fuck off, you read 50 Shades of Grey.
Of course I didn't, bro. What's wrong with you? Why would I read that?
I read a paragraph of it and I nearly vomited in my own mouth. It was so bad. It's incredible that book became popular. So bad.
It's not bad actually. It's as good as Notebook.
Notebook? What's Notebook?
Oh.
You mean Silver Linings Playbook or some other
Notebook.
shit?
Ryan Gosling Notebook.
I don't know about that movie either.
Good. Neither do I. I haven't watched it.
I didn't think so. Good.
But it's one was like Notebook, 50 Shades, Titanic kind of thing that every other person who has a fantasy of reality watches. It's not real, but it's a fantasy of Twilight, Notebook.
I haven't watched any of those.
That's my point. I'm naming the movies that it's shit.
This really is Rat Day. It's shit! Okay. Why are you talking about movies anyway? I just asked you if you read anything you think other people should read.
It's correlating, Charlie.
Okay, good.
Okay. Fine. Another day.
You could do movies too, but go on.
48 Laws of Power. It's very good. That's a very good book because it gives you perspective from all points of view. It gives you perspective, especially if you're working in like say office space, if you're working in the corporate world. It gives you the mindset and perspective of how people try to manipulate others. So even because what happens is when you pick the book, you go, "Oh no, it's for someone who wants to be manipulative." No, actually, it's to understand how manipulative people work.
That's why he wrote it, actually.
That is exactly. It's to understand how manipulative and cold-hearted people work, so it doesn't work against you. 48 Laws of Power. That's a book. That's a book. That's a book. That one, that's a book that I would read and tell the world to read. My other books are personal. Back off.
It's classified. Need level 4 clearance for that shit.
You know, you have to work for it. You don't get for free. You have to earn that from me. So like, Kaz, give me that. It's like, no.
The secret book list.
There you go. There's that book list. But there's the here you go. Rob Green. 40 Laws of Power. After that, no. You have to work for it.
48 Laws of Power. What was I going to say?
What book would you recommend to the world to read?
Before I answer that, I'm just going to finish this thought, which is that they've stopped making 48 Laws of Power available in prisons. They believe it's too dangerous.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Myself, what book? I would say one of the most impactful for me is called The Slight Edge, and it talks about the slight edge of building habits, like the impacts, the compounded impact, similar to the 1%.
I figured that out.
Yeah, I did it. You speak about it, and he gives some really cool examples. Like he says, if you doubled a penny every day over a month, like you'd be amazed at how much that amount would come to. He used the example of if you eat one Snickers bar every day, what the impact can that be? That could be over some amount of time, and that's been really, really powerful for me because I think long-term perspective. It's incredibly powerful, what happens in the course of months, weeks, months, years, with just a little bit each day, it compounds massively. And so he really breaks that down, and I think it was really inspiring for me to kind of build good habits.
I like that you said that. Do you think today that a lot of people lack or they have misplaced their long-term habits or abilities. So do you think that the world today, or a lot of the world, the masses, no longer do long-term working, they just do short-term working? You understand?
I think it's deeper than that. I think the average person today doesn't have a concept of long-term perspective in anything, because everything is so quick. You know, if it's a relationship, it's like, oh, okay, I go on Tinder or you know, go on one of these apps, I can meet someone super quick. You know that concept of being with someone for a lifelong situation, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, to most people nowadays, that's not something they can conceive of. And so I think everything is so quick and so fast, and information's like pat, 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 and people get bored really quickly. So I think that long-term perspective in all areas has changed. And with work, it's the same, because I think 20 or 30% of jobs get replaced each year. Like, they get phased out, technology replaces it, or they change so much that your learning has to keep evolving. So I think the time we're in now is a time of such change that, and the technology has an influence that I think the average person just doesn't have long-term perspective in any area.
Yeah. You're not wrong, you know. I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. I was having this I get this a lot. Just because of the email system, the mail system, the cook system. Again, you want to eat something, you can just order it. You don't have to cook it. You want to get something, just order it. You don't have to do it. It's now.
Yep.
And if it takes 20 minutes to come, you start panicking. Instead of 5 minutes. It's now. So when you see people waiting 4 days for one thing, it makes your I can't wait a minute brain doesn't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
It's crazy world we live in, brother.
It's nuts, because alright, let's say if we take physical fitness, and I often use this because for me it's a very tangible, simple way of gauging progress, right? If let's say I'm speaking to someone and they're like, oh, you know, you're in good shape, like I want to start training, and I'll be like, okay, start off real small. I said I started off with like 5 push-ups, 5 pull-ups a day, and they're like, is that all? And I'll be like, yeah. And I say, but over the course of weeks and months, that's going to compound, because you'll hit those numbers really easily and you'll naturally increase. And I start giving them some tips, and once they start conceiving of this thing taking months, you see their eyes glaze over. But the reality is that time's going to pass anyway.
Right.
And so the thing I think of when it comes to building habits is, this isn't something I'm doing for 2022 or something I'm going to do for a few months. This is like a lifestyle change. So this is going to be part of what I do from now on.
I like that. You said it.
And I think if you take that mindset, then it's like, well, what are we rushing for? Because this is what I do now.
Remember, he said lifestyle change. On my website, it says making fitness a lifestyle.
Does it say that?
Of course, bro.
Oh, wow.
Charlie, it's all about fam. It's me. It's me talking about.
I was trying to say I copied his website. You know,
No.
Hell no.
Everyone says the same word but in different ways. It's how the world works. We have a human grid. We all think alike, but in different ways.
True.
So how I do it is basically, like I said earlier about the questions, right? So if I tell people, okay, to train, do 1 a day, 2, 3, 4, I ask questions. I ask questions like, okay, how often do you brush your teeth? Every day. Boom. How many times a day? Twice a day. Okay. How often do you shower? How often do you? It's a question, right? How often should you do blah blah blah? And people go, oh, but I train once or twice a week. I say, why? You see what I'm doing?
Clever.
Why?
Clever. It's really clever.
You brushed yesterday, so why are you brushing again today? Boom.
Making it a lifestyle. That's
Because
dope.
again,
That's
remember,
so
you're not the
dope.
first person. Everyone has told them the same thing.
Yeah.
Train 4 times a week. Everyone has said it, but no one has actually asked questions. As in, hold on. How often do you brush your teeth? Okay, how often do you eat? Every day.
Wow.
Why?
Multiple times a day. Yeah.
Why? You understand? And I go, did you realize that you need to eat just once a day? Ask a question. I'm not telling. You understand?
Yeah.
Boom. But you eat 4-5 times a day.
Probably more if you look at all the snacks and shit, man.
There you go. And then I go, so how often should you work out? No. I said, okay, do you know that you should work out as much as you eat? I'm not telling them, I'm asking them. Did you know? I'm just asking. It makes it more solidified because now you are letting them come up with the answers themselves. Even though you just give the answer right there, but that it seems like a self-realization. I know, it's crazy.
That's fire.
But it's what we need to do. We need to make it stick. Because as you know, once it sticks, that's it.
And you can even link those things. So let's say, for example, every time you brush your teeth, you do a quick stretch or whatever it is, you can link it so that those two things are together. So one of the things I did recently was I got these parallettes, right, which I use to do like certain static holds, and I just put them next to my bed. So every morning when I wake up now, I'll hold a tuck punch, I'll hold a V-sit, then I start my day. So it's just there, and it's a visual cue to remind me, make it visible. Atomic habits. I mean, you know the thing. And sometimes when I go to, like last night I was going to bed and I saw them, so I was like, alright, fuck it. I just do it quick, you know what I mean? So I just did a quick couple static holds, just like, and so yeah, that's becoming like,
that's impressive.
Part of my day now.
It's the thing that we need to do is, like you say, visual. When it's not there, no one bothers. If you see it there, something in you tells you, hey, that's what it is. So now here's the flip of it though.
Go on.
I've had clients in the past who come to me and they want to lose weight and exercise. They have a treadmill at home, but they never use it. And that's the reality. Is I say to people, I say, sell it. Your treadmill, sell it. You are never gonna fully push yourself consistently for 6 months to a year. You won't, because that's your comfort zone. Your treadmill is there, and the joke about this, I said everyone, your treadmill is there to dry clothes, and everyone laughs because it's true. It's just
you know it though.
We all know
some shit hanging off of it. It's just like a coat hanger.
It's a coat hanger.
It's a coat hanger. It's all this
there
other
to
bullshit.
dry clothes. As long as you're not a professional Olympic athlete, your treadmill at home is just for hanging.
And you know the thing is, the brain is so clever. It can convince a motherfucker that, like, okay, yeah, one day,
of course,
I'm gonna blow the dust off that.
Tomorrow.
One day I'm gonna.
Tomorrow.
And like, oh man, I've seen it with so many people, and they buy all these new contraptions. There'll be like some next ab trainer thing, and that'll be in one corner, and there'll be some next thing, and they'll buy that.
Oh no!
And then we'll buy this, and they'll
buy this machine now. The U.S. Marines have used this for years now, but now it's on the market. You plug it in your stomach, and it vibrates, and then
I saw that one recently. You know, the one that shocks you. Yeah?
It's mini shocks, minor shocks, and guaranteed to make all your belly fat go away. Crickets, man, crickets. We've said this forever. The best way to cut our belly fat is to fast. Intermittent fasting, time restricted eating. It's not a magic tablet. It's not a magic horse. It's not unicorn farts. It's not. It's just.
And it can work quite quick actually.
Oh no, TRA works fastest. It's the fastest way.
Like,
now dig this right. Sorry, Baba. So dig this right. You get some tablets that they say this tablet makes you lose belly fat fast. You know what it does? It gives you a caffeine high. It gives you a caffeine high, and it's got extract of green tea, which makes you not think you're hungry. Because most times we are hungry, we are thirsty, but it's actually because it's the same hole it's going into, it makes us think we're hungry. So on the box, it will say to you, take these tablets, but you need to drink 8 glasses of water. So what did there? The green tea extract is got caffeine in it, natural caffeine. So it keeps you active the whole day. But on the paper, I told you to drink 8 glasses of water. The more water you drink, the less hungry you think you are. If I start making those tablets, buy my shit. I'm just telling you now, because people are buying their tablets. But I can buy my own. I'm telling you, buy my own.
Buy my shit.
Buy my shit.
That should be an advert.
It's my
buy
advert.
My shit.
In my gym, I was like,
I would probably buy it. You know,
okay,
that would get me.
In my gym,
at least it's honest. You know what I mean? There's no bullshit. Buy
gym,
my shit.
In my gym, I go, okay, so we'll do this combination and everything, blah blah. And oh yeah, buy my shit.
Shadiest.
I'm telling legit.
Shadiest.
So this is our technique. We're gonna go this today. This week we're doing this. This now you take the head here and everything. And oh yeah, buy my shit. Oh gosh.
That's fun.
It's the life. It's the life we live. It is the life we live. If you can't have fun with yourself, then what's the point?
Okay, last question on this list here.
Last question, bro.
Yeah. What are your daily habits, routines, and rituals? That's one of my favorite questions. I use that question anyway. In the first.
It's crazy, right?
Go on, I guess.
It's funny you say that, because isn't it weird, right? When you do something for so long, you just do.
Mm-hmm.
You don't say, "Oh, I'm going to go and do this." You just do.
Yeah, it's part of you. Oh, as in you don't really think about your routine and stuff anymore? Because
no, you don't. You just do.
Oh, interesting. See, mine kind of evolves and changes somewhere, so I think about it probably more than. But for you, yours is just set.
So, I wake up in the morning.
What time?
Trick question.
Not really, but go ahead.
So my alarm is normally set to 5:30. But what I do is I wake my alarm up. Kes wakes the sun up.
He competes with his alarm clock.
Amun Ra! The sun god.
He competes with his alarm clock.
I'm very competitive.
Yeah.
I'm very competitive. So I wake up at 4:30.
An hour before the alarm.
Wake up.
Tommy, I'm just picturing you talking shit to your alarm clock. Yeah, bitch!
I do actually. Say what now?
An hour!
Say what now?
While you were sleeping, I'm waking you up.
Say what again?
They speak English and what? I'll never forget the first time I saw that. I was like, this is fucking amazing.
It's classic.
Classic shit. I was just in shock. Like,
no.
Who wrote this? This is amazing. Sorry, go ahead. So 4:30.
It's like I'm up early and I get some liquid in my system. To get the day going. I do my cardio. I do cardio first thing in the morning.
So you wake up, hydrate, then go train.
Yeah.
Cardio, skipping, running, walking, depends.
Running or skipping.
Okay.
Lately I've been doing running in the morning. But I alternate it. It's like either skipping or running. But I alternate it. Walking, I don't do walking. I do walking at night.
What kind of distance you do?
It varies, man. Like I have like a set area.
You have a minimum you do?
I say 5k a day.
5k minimum?
No, 5k run. Just 5k. Just like 5k today. Sometimes I do 5k in the morning and then say 3k in the evening.
So you're still training like a fighter, essentially.
Like a soldier.
It's 5k is 3 miles. It's like
a soldier.
So interesting.
I've sat down. I've broken down like fighters train because they're fighting. soldiers and warriors train because it's Monday. Because I've been around many a fighter who, when
they train when they're in training camp for a fight.
Camp.
But when they're not fighting, the discipline goes out the window.
So I don't relate to that. I do not the whole fight camp thing. That's not me. I've been raised in the military all my life, so it's the way. Cardio.
You never said that before.
Now I'm saying it. So there's your focus, your discipline, your life. This is what we do. That's what it is. We're not training because it's a fight. Every day is a fight. This is why we don't quit. We don't give up. Failure is not a word. We don't do that. We go. That's how we do.